Abojo ozawajin kakwenin, mong dodem, maning wanakaning mage mishkwa jebekong and donjaba, nagichinendam kibajaying mumpi. Hello everyone, my name is Michelle. I'm of the Loon clan and my family and I are citizens of the Red Cliff Band of Lake Superior, Chippewa, and I'm really happy to be here. So I'm here to talk a little bit more about the Childhood is Sacred project. The first thing I want to say is no one is perfect. Having relationships with others takes energy, time, and a willingness to learn and accept our emotional needs. So as parents, we always want our children to be successful, which means we often want more for them. And sometimes that gets really frustrating. There's a lot of behaviors that, trigger us and make us angry and frustrated. And there's a lot of things that our children are learning and growing and trying to figure out, but yet they don't have the words to do it. So I'm going to share with you today a technique that can help reduce anxiety, kind of calm the body and the mind, and bring you back to balance. It's really good for, reducing negative emotions that you might be experiencing or that your child might be experiencing. This technique is called emotional freedom tapping, also known as EFTs. And so it's very simple. There are two parts to it. One, you're going to come up with your statement. So whatever it is that you're feeling, that negative emotion that you're feeling, you're going to put that into a statement. And it'll go like this. So if you're angry about something that just happened, your statement will be, even though I feel angry, I deeply accept and love myself. And so, for example, with your child, maybe your child is afraid to ride the bus each day and it's become a battle, so to speak. And so you want to give them a technique to help them address that fear and help their subconscious mind, that quiet little voice inside their head that really is feeding their fears. So we're going to make their statement, even though I'm afraid to ride the bus, I deeply accept and love myself. So then the second part of this technique is the actual tapping. And we're going to move through those tapping points one at a time while we're making that same statement. So if you're doing this with your child and their example is they're afraid of the bus, then we're going to start with a karate chop. Even though I'm afraid to ride the bus, I deeply accept and love myself. Then we're going to go to the eyebrows. Even though I'm afraid to ride the bus, I deeply accept and love myself. To the side of the eye. Even though I'm afraid to ride the bus, I deeply accept and love myself. Under the eye. Even though I'm afraid to ride the bus, I deeply accept and love myself. Under the nose. Even though I'm afraid to ride the bus, I deeply accept and love myself. Then under the chin. Even though I'm afraid to ride the bus, I deeply accept and love myself. Collarbone. Even though I'm afraid to ride the bus, I deeply accept and love myself. Armpit. Even though I'm afraid to ride the bus, I deeply accept and love myself. And the top of the head. Even though I'm afraid to ride the bus, I deeply accept and love myself. Now you can repeat this routine several times. You can go through this 2 or 3 times. If you feel like the first time you went through, you don't feel that calm, your shoulders aren't relaxed, your chest still feels tight, whatever the negative emotions do to your body, just do it a couple of times until you finally feel that relaxation. And then make sure you're breathing as you to let go of those negative emotions. So play around with those statements. If maybe you go through and you say, okay, I felt a little bit better, but not a lot better. You're angry and you've done those statements. Now you want to try a different statement. Maybe there's something about that anger that triggered it. Even though I react when my child does this, I still deeply accept and love myself. So you can change those statements each round as well and play around with it. I know that this has been really helpful for me, and hopefully it will be helpful for you as well. Miigwech.